So, yes, Skip the Dishes does charge $20 for a background check, and hell, it might even be more than that because the last time I signed up with Skip the Dishes was over 2 years ago. But is it worth paying the $20 for the background check to sign up with Skip the Dishes? Well, let's talk about it. Now, yes, I am a Skip the Dishes delivery driver, and they are my secondary app. Now, the way to find out if Skip the Dishes is worth it is by answering these questions. If you're wondering if it's worth it, the first thing you gotta do is check out your market. When you are doing orders, are you seeing more people going around as gig workers accepting Skip the Dishes order? Now, there's ways that you can tell. Some of us, myself included, have a Skip the Dishes delivery bag. Some of them are actually dark blue, depending how old they are. Some of them are orange, but they have Skip the Dishes written on it. So if you're seeing a lot of Skip the Dishes delivery bags, that means that either one, this driver has been with Skip for a while, so they just use their bags, or two, your market is saturated with Skip the Dishes driver, which is a good indication. Another way you can find out is by talking to these gig workers. Now, some don't want to talk, and some aren't shy to talk. Myself, if somebody asks me, I have no problems answering. Now, with Skip the Dishes, there's another incentive when it comes to being a Skip the Dishes driver. Skip the Dishes, like any of these other applications or companies, have an acceptance rate. So that's based on how many orders do I actually accept. And Skip goes based on every 10 orders. Now, out of every 10 orders in my market, which is in Montreal, Quebec, on the south shore of Montreal, if I secure 8 out of 10 orders accepted, they will make sure that my minimum that I'm receiving, inclusive of tip, is $8. Now, that's not a bad deal considering on any of these other platforms, there's no real big minimum guaranteed. And if I'm wrong about that, you can go ahead and comment below. But from my knowledge, there's no minimum guarantee. So with an $8 minimum, it's way better than a $3, $4, $5, $6, or $7 minimum. And at least then I know that Skip has rounded and pushed it. Now, let's say, for example, I go under the 80% acceptance and I don't get that $8 minimum. What's my minimum with Skip the Dishes? The minimum I've ever seen with Skip the Dishes is $4.45. Not an order I would ever do, but still an order that I would get. Now, with Skip the Dishes, what makes it worthwhile for me is the fact that, one, my tips cannot be removed from Skip the Dishes. So I love that factor, and most of the orders I get with Skip that I do accept is over $10. So I don't have 100% or 80% or even 60% satisfaction with Skip. I have anywhere toggling between 0 and 20%. The risk factor of being at that percent ratio that I'm at is Skip will not push you as many orders. Skip will push you more orders when your acceptance rate is 60% and above. But if your market is not big for Skip the Dishes, well, then you're going back to the conversation of now I gotta ask delivery drivers if it's worth it. In my opinion, the $20 is worth it. And I'll say this much, it's because with Skip the Dishes, the way how their app is designed, the way how my orders are not tip baited, the way how they're not hiding tips, makes me feel like out of all these gig companies, they appreciate their drivers more. There is 2 problems I have with Skip the Dishes. My first problem is how to cancel an order with Skip the Dishes. Luckily, if you need to know how to cancel it, I've made a video about that and I'll pin it right here. But that is a huge problem because I should not have to go to support in order to cancel an order, but you do. And the second part is I actually enjoy their delivery bags. But with the delivery bags, I have to pay $60 for the extra large pizza bag and their big large size delivery bag. Now, I use their delivery bag all the time. It has dividers, it has a hard base bottom, nothing's gonna fall over. Love it for Chinese food, for drinks in the drink tray. It's amazing, I love it. But do I feel that I should have to pay the $60 for that? No. And do I feel that it should even be $60 for that? No. But Skip is gonna do what Skip is gonna do. In my opinion, at the end of the day, I will say this, Skip is worth it for the $20 background check. And that's because they're my secondary app. If Uber Eats was not big in my market, I would 100% target Skip the Dishes and my main app would be Skip. And then I would follow up with DoorDash, but DoorDash is my third app in my area. So it's all gonna depend on your market. vibe it around, feel it around, talk with other drivers, and see if it's a thing in your market. And if it is, then I would 100% say that Skip the Dishes is worth it for you.